Hi guys, today's video is gonna be about housing in Copenhagen, and first I'm gonna start with my own and personal experience, and after that I will let you know for some small information that you need to know before moving to Denmark, and I will also link down below in the description some websites that you can check out if you're looking for a place to stay or some more information. And anyway, I was planning to move to Denmark at the end of August, and around the middle of July I started searching for a bedroom in a shared apartment. At the beginning I started searching on the different professional websites for housing, but you need to pay for subscription. You need to pay for subscription to send also a message to a landlord. So to avoid spending money, especially because they are not cheap, I was like, okay, I'll go first with all the Facebook groups, and then if I don't find anything, I will try also this option. So first I started sending messages to all these ads on Facebook, but never got any answer back. And I was like, how is this possible that they just posted this ad right now and they never get back to me? And then I just realized that that's why they say that it's really hard to find a place to stay in Denmark, in Copenhagen especially, is because every landlord or roommate who posts something, they receive about 100 messages in the first 2 hours. So also for them it's hard to pick a person, and they just go with the first 5 and they just pick one person from that list. So after a week that I was sending messages every single day for like 20-30 messages per day, I was very desperate. And because I had some priorities, for example, the location, the price that I wanted to spend, that the apartment or the bedroom was supposed to come with a CPR number, because the CPR number is something very important. You need to be able to register your address to receive the CPR number, because without CPR number you are just nobody here in Denmark. You can do nothing. You can't open a bank account, you can't work, you can't study, you can't have any health insurance. Practically you are just nobody with any CPR number. So if you're looking for a place to stay, but they tell you that you can't have your CPR number registered there, just don't take the place, because you won't have an easy life. That's it. Anyway, after a week sending all these messages, I found out that I was already desperate, and I just decided to go to the other way around and post that I'm this person, I will be in Denmark at the end of August, and I'm looking for a bedroom in a shared apartment from the 1st of September. On that moment, I received so many messages in like 2 hours. And one other of my priority is that I didn't want to move into an apartment with a family, because here many families, they have an extra bedroom, so they just rent this bedroom, and not in a logic price, unfortunately. If you tell me like 200 krona, 2000 kronas, 3000 kronas, okay, but they were asking for a lot of money. And anyway, in the first 2 hours I received around 40 messages, and around 10 messages were for apartments or bedrooms that they didn't have any CPR number, that I wasn't allowed to register my address. So I was like, okay, this is not the place for me, because I need CPR number. After that I had 30 messages, and from these 30 messages, 20 messages were from families with young children, with a guy living with his old mother. And it's not that I'm a party animal, but I need my space, I need to have a nice life. I'm new in the city and I don't feel comfortable living with a family anyway. And after that I had these 10 messages, but or the location was wrong, or it was far away, or they just asked for money. And when they ask for money, you must never ever send any money, especially because if they ask you for money to block a bedroom that you didn't even see, it's very probable that it's a scam. And Copenhagen is very famous for housing scams. Because what they do, they usually take old photos and they create from old photos from old ads on Facebook, and they create a new post for an apartment, for a bedroom in this area. You see this description like 5 minutes from the center of Copenhagen, this is the price, you have all the comforts, and you're like, come on, is this possible? Yeah, this is possible because it's a scam. So first of all, I try to talk with people to understand if it was a scam, and when they ask you for money at the first or the second message, it's because it's a scam. So I was like, no, even though I'm not paying anything before getting there, because if you even send money to block an apartment and you don't have a contract, it's still a scam. And if the bank account that they ask you for money is not even Danish, they can't trace the money, so you're gonna lose your money. And anyway, I knew that I wasn't supposed to send any money, and I was like, come on, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna pull out myself from all the Facebook groups right now, and I will try again once I will be in Copenhagen, or at least the day before leaving for Copenhagen. And this is what I did. At the beginning, I was in a hotel. I started searching for apartments, and I found some solutions. The first one was with a Chinese girl in the area that I was looking for, and the price was very low. If you confront the price from other places, it was only 4,100 coronas in an excellent area, in a residential area, in a very beautiful area. I talked with the girl, of course, before through messages. I went there to check the place, and I was like, okay, this is a place for me, so what do you think about me and you? And she was like, no, the thing is that I'm very comfortable living by myself, so I don't know if I do want to rent right now the other bedroom. And I was like, okay, so do you think that it's gonna be okay in about a month, because I can't stay in a hotel for a month? And she was like, no, maybe, you know, due to the lockdown, maybe I want to stay in the apartment by myself until January. And I was like, okay, so why I'm here right now? And I was like, okay, thank you, goodbye. Leaving from there, I received another answer from a girl in a very nice area. The price was too expensive, but I was like, who cares? You live on a canal, let's go there and check the apartment. So the second apartment that I went and checked out, it was a shared apartment with another guy, because the other roommate, it was his sister, and she was to be deported to Greece for 3 months. And I was like, okay, the place is a bit expensive, but that's fine. I need a place to stay. I don't want to invest the money in the hotel, so I'm gonna take this place. I leave, and the day after, the girl contacted me. She told me at the end they are going to deport me for just 1 month and a half. So my brother, in this case, prefers to stay at the apartment by himself. And I was like, okay, I understand, that's fine. And after that, the day after, I contacted the girl in Bronshof. I went there. Actually, the girl was very nice, and she was talking about dinner because she was preparing some pies with some chicken pies, and she was like, we can share. And the thing is that I was looking for a place to stay for at least 6 months, and she was about to move in France for at least 6 months. So she wanted a person to take over her apartment, because she's Danish, she lives here, she works here. And here it is from Monday. We were supposed to start proceeding with all the papers, and she called me and she told me that unfortunately she couldn't move to Paris because Paris was getting into a lockdown, and as she was going to go for her personal reasons, she didn't have any main reason, she couldn't get into the country. So I couldn't move into that apartment again, and I was so sad, desperate and depressed, and I wanted to talk to a friend of mine in Italy, and I just took the phone. So while I was writing the message, I saw on my screen a Facebook Messenger message from a Greek guy that I didn't know. And I was like, let me open this message. And it was like, he was like, me and a friend of mine, also Greek, we just got this apartment and we have another 2 extra bedrooms and we are planning to rent. I saw before that you were looking for an apartment or a bedroom, so are you still interested? And I was like, yes, I am. So we met, we talked, and right now I live here with them. I'm very happy for the place because the apartment is very new. And you should know that here, usually when they give an apartment and the building is new, they usually give the keys to everybody in the same week, let's say. It's not that people come randomly, they just say from the 1st to the 7th of September, everybody's gonna get the keys, and that's the moving week. And in this case, it was the 15th of September, so I had to stay for like 20 days in a hotel. But that's okay because it was a lovely hotel anyway. And the only thing is that I had to buy all the furniture for my apartment, and actually I prefer to buy my own furniture. And this is because when I was checking for apartment, a lot of the bedrooms that I found available, the previous roommates were asking for money for the furniture that they were inside. So usually here in Denmark, what you do when you rent a place, a bedroom or an apartment, they ask for 2 or 3 months of deposit, of course the month, and sometimes they can also ask for a prepaid month, and usually it's for the last month of the contract. So it happened to me like in 2-3 different bedrooms that I didn't saw, but they told me that they were going to ask me also money for the furniture, and I was like, yeah, come on, I mean, I can see the picture, send me the picture, I can check the picture and let you know if it's okay for me to pay for the furniture. And it wasn't, because I could see that the furniture were old and the mattress was old, and I was like, no, because one girl asked me for 9,000 coronas for a desk, a bed and a wardrobe, and it was too much money because I furnished my apartment, my bedroom, and okay, I'm a minimalistic person, but I don't think that I spend, with all the details in it, more than 4,000 coronas. So anyway, also be careful on that. Before you plan to move in Copenhagen, try to find a job before getting here, because everything is very expensive. I mean, I arrived here with my personal funds, and I tried to prepay some rents, so to avoid to find myself in a difficult situation. But still, try to find a place to stay and a job as soon as possible, because this is the only time that you can request for your CPR number. Try the Facebook groups, because to be very honest, I prefer the Facebook groups instead of all these websites. I used Legible. I don't know how to pronounce it. I paid for the subscription. Once I paid for the daily subscription because I wanted to send some messages. And then, of course, when the landlord answered to the message and your subscription is expired, you need to pay again. But you can't do again a daily subscription, but a monthly one. And it's not cheap. I think it was around 40 euros, 200 blah 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 coronas. I don't know, I think 299 coronas, and actually it's more than 40 euros, and it's expensive. And I did the subscription on Legible and Boli portal, and both of them, though, they are not only for Copenhagen, but you can search for a place to stay also in other regions. I mean, if you want to search, you can see apartments and stuff, but then you can't contact anybody if you don't have the subscription. But also there, you need to know that sometimes you will maybe find a scam, or maybe the apartments are already rented, but then they don't remove the ads. So for you see that they are still available. And it's not nice because you pay. So if you have to pay the money, you need to know just where it is available. And so for me, I don't, if I would have to take in consideration right now again to check the websites, I wouldn't. I mean, maybe for a big apartment, for a family, it's okay because the things are more legal, but still, it's not my first choice. But anyway, I will link down below some websites if you want to check it out and to check them out. After that, okay, I will also write down the names of the Facebook groups that are very interesting, because you can find for just only roommates or also for apartments. And to be honest, you can also search on expats in Copenhagen, because sometimes they can give you some more information about the things, how they are running here. And the only thing that you need to know when you arrive in Denmark, go and apply for the EU residence at SIRI. And after that, once you have an apartment, you can apply for your CPR number. If you don't apply for your residence permit and you go directly for the CPR number, you can send the application because the application is online. But then once you're there, if you don't have your residence permit, they don't give you a CPR number. And this is something very important, and lots of people, I don't know why, they don't know it. So first of all, remember always residence permit, after that CPR number once you have an address. And lots of people, I would like to say, that they come here and they go to an Airbnb because they think, okay, I'm gonna stay there for a couple of months, even though Airbnbs are more expensive from some hotels. So I choose to stay in a hotel because they think that if you go to an Airbnb, you can register your address, and so you can already start applying for a CPR number. But not all Airbnbs allow you to register the address. So lots of people, they paid for an apartment and then they couldn't apply for the CPR number. So also, if you are planning to stay to an Airbnb at the beginning and you're planning to ask and register for the CPR number, please first get informed with the landlord if they allow you to register the address. And especially, actually, they don't give you CPR number if it's less than 3 months. Let's say that's the regulation, but they do give it some time. So the service, it's very fast. And yeah, actually services here, public services are very fast. If you need any further information, or if you need to ask anything about housing or about moving here, or maybe for a document, write me, comment down below, and I will get back to you. And yeah, that's it.